Manuel, good afternoon. You've had lots of players playing in lots of countries this week. What's the situation with those players coming back? How healthy are they?
Well, the situation about all the players is good. We have just a small problem with Mangala that has a small muscle injury, but I think that he will be without any problem fit for Tuesday, and all the other players are okay.
And in terms of them coming back in time to play in games, no problem there. There was a suggestion that Yaya Toure travelling might make it difficult for him.
Well, of course, it's not easy to see which is the best starting 11 for Saturday when you have so many players arriving in different days during the week. But tomorrow we will decide. Yaya arrived yesterday with Alex Kolarov and Matias Nastasic, and other players arrived and on Wednesday, other ones on Tuesday. So we are trying to see which is the best team for tomorrow.
You've started.
But they are involved tomorrow. All of them are involved tomorrow in the squad list.
Sorry, you've started at the new training centre now, working there. How impressed have you been, and how much of a difference is that going to make to the job that you can do here?
Well, very impressive, because I think this the best facilities in the world. I think it's really very difficult to see another training ground as we had, and now here in Manchester City, because the different Carrington was a very good part also to a very good facilities also to work, but I think that this have another dimension. It's really very impressive. We have all what you need to work in all kind of sense. I think all the different departments of the club improve in the way we are working now, and I am sure that it's a very big step for this club to continue growing every day as they want.
Is it going to change massively your preparation for games in terms of accommodation over there? Players can stay there. You know, you can keep everyone together.
It will be different. We'll see if when we are going to use it. Maybe it's different to go to a hotel. We have all the facilities here. It's very important also for the club to work all together from the professional team till the youngest players. So I think that's a lot of things that will improve a lot in this club.
Your player of the month is Frank Lampard. He said he was surprised to get it, surprised how well he's playing for you. How pleasantly surprised have you been by how well he's playing for Manchester City?
No, maybe for me it was not a surprise, because I know his quality. I repeat once again, maybe when you have the age of Frank Lampard, you are not able to play 3 games in a week. But when you are so a great player, you can have the result for a lot of problems that we have during the game, and I think that Frank is doing this moment that duty. So I'm very happy with him also.
But does that sustained form, I know you've answered this question time and time again, make you think about something more long term?
I repeat the same answer.
Manuel, Manchester City gave Tottenham 2 really heavy defeats last season. Do you think they've got a new manager now? Is this a different Tottenham that you're going to be playing?
Yes, I am sure it's a different Tottenham. Last year, really, I think that one of the best games that we played was against Tottenham in away. Here also we play very well, but we are not expecting that we can score 6 or 5 goals every time we are going to play the Tottenham. They are a very strong team. I know Mauricio Pochettino is a very good manager. I also think that Villas-Boas was in that moment, but really we play in our best moment last season, and we hope that tomorrow we can do a very good game, but it will be a very difficult game also.
What do you think Pochettino has brought to Tottenham?
Well, I think that he's a young manager, that he was very successful in the team he worked in Spain with Espanyol. It was a team that always played very good football, and attractive football, and a creative team. So I think that he's trying that's the same way he did it last season in Southampton. That was a team that played also very well. He continued now in Tottenham, and that is an important club with big players.
How do you think that he'll be talking to his players now, those that were involved in the 2 games? Because 11-1 on aggregate, Manchester City against Tottenham. I mean, what do you think he'll be trying to ensure that his players, in terms of mistakes, aren't made again?
It's so difficult for me to know what is thinking Mauricio Pochettino about the games. I repeat, I don't think that it's linked with the last season. I think this is a new season, different moments. So I think that they will try to play in the way they think that they will do it best.
And in terms of Champions League coming up, you will leave for Russia, I think, on Sunday. I mean, how much is that in your mind now with, again, it always seems to be busy, but straight after the international break, so little preparation time?
No, we are just thinking in the next game. That next game is Tottenham. We know that from now till the next international break, you have to play 7 games in 3 different competitions. We have 4 games in Premier League. It's very important for us to try to not to drop points and try to discount points from Chelsea, that in this moment is the leader. We have 1 game against Newcastle. That's also final, because if we don't win, we are out of the Capital One Cup. And we have 2 games against CSKA Moscow of Champions League that we need to win both of them. So I think the best way is to think that the next game is a final. This is Tottenham, and we must win it. After that, we'll see which is the best team to try to win the next final.
We didn't know when we spoke to you last time for sure that it was going to be behind closed doors, that game in Moscow. How's that going to affect your team, do you think?
I think that affects football. I don't think it's the best way to play not only for our team, also for the Russian team. For fans, I think that football is with fans. It's the most important thing, because they give an atmosphere of the stadium that is different with an empty stadium. Will be a different experience, but I think that cannot affect our performance.
And I know you take a view of the whole club, not just the first team. Yesterday, the women's team won the Continental Cup. That must be that's 3 trophies in a year for the club. That must be something that you, as a club, you're very proud of.
Yes, of course, because I always repeat that this club want to improve every day in every different areas of the club, just in women, in professional football, in young players. So I think that we are always trying to improve. And the best way that you can have a test if you are really improving is winning titles. So I think that in that sense, it's very important also what the women did yesterday.
Manuel, if I could just ask over here. This week there's been some talk the African Cup of Nations may be in doubt. Just wondered if you had any thoughts on that.
Well, I suppose that the people that have to decide about that have enough experience to know if they can play or they cannot play. For me, it's very difficult to give my opinion, but I trust in the person that have to decide if they can do it or they cannot do it.
Another issue that's been in the news is the talk of players burning out from being overworked for internationals, under 21 games, things like that. Is that a concern to you? Do you ever think about not releasing players?
About what?
For international duty and under 21 duty?
No, really, it's not a worry for me about that. I think it's important to the players to know where they must play. If they have to play in under 21, they must do it there. But at least this club will be always, they will always allow to all the players to play where they have to do it.